Hello, I'm Dr. St. Martin. I am the medical director of the transfusion service here at Houston Methodist Hospital in Houston, Texas. Today, we're going to talk about blood donation and why it's so important to donate blood. A person can donate at one time about 1 pint of blood, but that will be different if we are donating just whole blood or apheresis, platelets, or plasma. What am I talking about? If we donate 1 pint of blood, it's about 500 mLs. We can donate that amount and we can donate it every 56 days. However, there is another way that we can be donating blood products. If we come and do donation via apheresis procedure, we can come and only donate platelets, which are the cells inside the blood, or we can only donate plasma. Those donations can definitely be more frequent than the 56 days that I talked to you about. When a donor comes and donates blood, we can save up to 3 or 4 lives. And let me explain how. Whenever someone comes and donates a unit of blood, let's say that this patient is O negative, from that pint of blood, we're going to separate the components into the red cells, red blood cells. We're going to separate another type of cells that are in circulation called platelets. And we are also going to take the liquid component of the blood, which is called the plasma. All these components can go to different people, different patients. Okay, and one more. From plasma, we can produce another blood component, which is called cryoprecipitate. Which has very high levels of coagulation factors and fibrinogen and help with coagulation when someone is bleeding. That can go maybe to the patient that is receiving plasma or platelets, but it could also go to another patient. So you can save 4 lives by donating 1 pint of blood, which takes about 5 minutes of your time. So when you come and donate blood, we want you to eat a healthy meal. We want to make sure that you are not fasting. I know a lot of people confuse coming for a blood test that may require fasting with blood donation. When you come and donate, we want you to have a meal, a good meal, and also, please drink lots of fluids. When you drink lots of fluids, your veins are going to be much better for blood donation, and you're going to feel better as the process is ongoing. Remember that blood donation, the process itself only takes about 5 minutes. Everything else is paperwork and all the questions that we're going to be asking you before, but the process of donation is about 5 to at the most 7 minutes. In general, there are 4 major blood types, and those blood types are A, B, AB, and O. How are those blood types determined? They're determined based on some proteins that are in the surface of the blood of the red blood cell. So a red blood cell that is A is going to have a certain type of antigen. Let's make it a circle here just for representation. A person that is B, and this is the red cell, is going to have a different antigen. Let's make that a square. Okay? A person that is AB is going to have both. And a person that is O has no antigens on the surface of the red cell. And this is why this person that has blood type O is the universal donor. We can give these red blood cells to anybody. we can give them to another O patient, we can give it to an AB patient, we can give it to a B patient, or we can give it to an A. So this is a blood type that is very commonly used when we do not know the blood type of the patient. Someone comes after a car accident to the hospital and they don't know what the blood type is because we don't know the patient. That's the type of red cells that patient is going to receive. So blood donors that have O type are very precious to us because we can use this blood for any patient. But only 9% of the population has this blood type. There are about 33 other blood groups in blood, and we check for all those antigens and the potential antibodies that those patients may develop before receiving a transfusion. AB is the universal receiver. Why are we calling them the universal receiver? It's because they can get any type of blood. We already talked that they can get the O cells, but they can also get B cells because they have the same type of antigen. And they can also get A cells because they have the same type of antigen. So they will not develop an antibody against A or B. In their plasma, there are no antibodies, 0 antibodies. So then they can receive any type of blood. And that's why they are called the universal receiver. So we measure the blood types in the blood bank, and that sometimes is done when a newborn comes to the earth. Sometimes we measure the mom's blood type again, and we measure the baby's blood type. Now, what's going to determine the blood type of a person is going to be the genetics. What genes are inherited from mom or dad? And I'm going to say this. The A and the B blood types are co-dominant. So usually if there is a B with a 0, the person may be a B, or an A with a 0, maybe an A, but it's much more complicated than that. There are a lot of steps that had to happen in order to determine what the person is going to be. Once again, blood donors save lives. From 1 pint of blood, we can save up to 4 lives. But remember something, of the population in the US that is eligible to donate, which is about 60% of the people in the US, only 5 to 6% actually do so. So this 5 to 6% of the population that comes and donate is basically supporting medicine as we know it. Blood is not something we can manufacture. There are several trials and things that we are trying, but so far we do not have a substitute for blood. So donors are precious people. If you are a blood donor, I thank you for saving lives. If you're not a blood donor, I hope this presentation inspires you to come and donate and not only be a hero for patients that may need this precious resource called blood and blood products, but also feeling well about yourself. Not only the physical advantages that blood donation give you, but also feeling part of a community, helping others, knowing that you have done something really, really good for someone else.